like this one right here. All right, now let's shift gears and let's talk a little drama in Chicago. Surprise, surprise. Anybody surprised that the Chicago Bears finally have a good team, right? They finally got a good football team. And what do? They can't even get a stadium. They can't even get anything lined up in terms of this new dome that they wanted to create, right? It just seems like when they're not playing, when they're trying to build good business in the Chicagoland area, the team is cheeks. When the team is finally good, now you can't strike a deal for a new stadium. Isn't it funny how everybody else has been able to do that? But with Chicago, man, it just seems like it's always something going on in Chicago. So I want to play this clip from the Pat McAfee show real quick and see what his guys had to say about the Bears potentially moving to, and brace yourself for this, Indiana? The Indiana Bears, the Gary Bear, like what are we even talking about here? This is just a wild thing to go through. So let's dive into it real quick. Again, this is from the McAfee show earlier today, and this is their take on this. Again, as always, when we're playing a McAfee audio clip, make sure there's kids in the room. There may be language. Be prepared for that. Ear muff it, that type of thing. So here we go. Here's the Pat McAfee show earlier today on their Twitter account at Pat McAfee Show, and the audio with them talking about the Bears potentially moving out of Chicago.
Oh, you're going to leave them when they're finally good? Go ahead and leave them when they're finally good, and you finally have a quarterback that's going to throw for 4,000 yards at some point.
At some point. I love that little addition there by Boston Connor.
I'd like to let Mike Braun know, Governor Mike Braun. I appreciate him just being like, hey, we're all ears over here.
Let's go.
Whatever you would like, Governor.
So it sounds like the governor of Indiana is reaching out, right, with a tweet. And his tweet said the Chicago Bears recognize Indiana's pro-business climate, all right, and I am ready to work with them to build a new stadium in Northwest Indiana. This move would deliver a major economic boost, create jobs, and bring another premier NFL franchise to the Hoosier State. Let's get it done. Wild to think about.
Holcomb, the previous governor who did the max amount of terms and ended his time, he was very much like, hey, Indiana, we're open for business. We got a lot of space and opportunity here. We got good taxes and brought in a lot of business. Like Indiana, as you see and you hear about, we host everything. We got a lot going on here. Northwest Indiana, not talked about a lot as like developing.
No.
If Governor Mike Braun was able to throw a Hail Mary to get the Chicago Bears to move to Indiana.
Dude.
Listen to him laughing. Like, this was my response. I'm like, is this real life? I seen the letter from the owner or from the CEO or whatever it was, acting CEO. I'm like, is this a real thing, or am I getting? I literally had to fact check it, and I it's rare I do this with Grok or Chat GPT, but I was like, hey, can you confirm this? I need 5 sources confirming this. And bang, 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 it laid on me. I'm like, holy cow, this is unbelievable.
They built up an entire place. What a move!
I mean, the chirps Bears fans are going to get from this, like, just any, like, we just lost to the Gary Bears this week. I mean, it's not going to be Chicago anymore, and it's going to piss people off that are Bears fans.
It's 31 minutes away. It's 31 minutes away.
It's nothing.
And that's on Chicago. Look, it's not on the franchise. It's not on, Caleb Williams. You can call them the Boo-Hoo Bears if you want. If you are a Bears fan, you get upset. But, hey, it's a business, and it is a winning team that's looking to expand a little bit, okay? Blame your state. Blame your city for basically
blame
kicking
your politics.
Out. Yeah.
There you go. Blame your state, blame your city for basically kicking them out. Isn't it funny, too, the people that defend the city of Chicago, they're always talking about, oh, that's just BS. That's not real. The city's great and this and that. There's no problems here. It's like they try to paint this beautiful picture. And then on the other side, people make it sound like it's just an absolute war zone. I've been to Chicago. I don't see it either way. It's just funny how everybody kind of gets into their corner. But at the same time, it's like, why would you not want the Bears there, right? Well, the problem is all the economics that surround the city of Chicago. I mean, we've seen it even down here in Tennessee. When you get close to the big cities, you get more hands in government, more hands in the pockets of the people, and any reason to raise the taxes for this and do that. Next thing you know, it's like, hold up a minute. We're paying higher taxes, and the city has went downhill. How's that happen? I don't know. Maybe too many hands are in the pockets, right, of the people. But let's continue here.
Yeah, blame your politicians.
Yeah, which we can do for everything, it feels like. But let's move along. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope it
It's so bad.
Packers fans.
Oh, God, they'll be relentless.
I mean, the names we were throwing out, if the Chicago Bears is historic in the sea and everything, But I mean, they got a chance to rebrand here to not just Chicago. Like, hey, what about what was it? The American Bears?
The American Bears.
Yeah,
the Midwest.
Hey, goodbye, Cowboys. You're not America's team. The American Bears.
Up there in Gary,
Up
Indiana.
there in Gary are America's team. Sorry, Jer.
All the Midwest.
All right. Hey, welcome to Indiana. Hey, welcome to Indiana, Ben Jones or Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his name. Welcome to Indiana, Ben Jones. Oh my gosh, what a wild time, man! I think we got about 20 seconds here, and then we'll go through some other information around it.
Appreciate you,
Caleb.
Indiana, the new Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Caleb,
Ben Johnson.
Caleb's going to
Bingo.
love Gary.
Caleb's a big Michael Jackson fan. He might buy Michael Jackson's house.
It's not for sale, brother. Okay, you can actually certainly have
Shit.
it be a part of the entire thing, but let's not get crazy here. Gary's not completely for sale, unless it is.
That's the right price.
Oh man, love it. The guys over there, man, they're hilarious. So again, that was the Pat McAfee show breaking it down, and we're going to get into just a couple of tweets here geared around. I'm not going to read the whole letter, obviously. I had AI do a simple breakdown, and really it's just a lot of political talk. It's just, a bunch of mumbo jumbo, nothing really being said. But Ari Miroff tweeted out, Bears president / CEO Kevin Warren says the team will expand its stadium search, including Northwest Indiana, after Illinois state leadership told the Bears their proposed Arlington Heights Stadium will not be a priority in 2026. So again, they put out a huge, long letter. We're not going to bore you with all of it. That was Kevin Warren that put it out there. Obviously, he's pleading his case as to why this isn't getting done, right? And then, of course, Ben Devine over on Twitter tweeted this out. And I don't even know who Ben Devine is. Decent following, I would imagine. Let's see, 21,000. So looks like they cover the Bears. Here's how fast Indiana is moving, that they have already signed a bill allowing major sports complexes to be built tax-free in Northwest Indiana. Gears are in motion, people. Hashtag the Bears. So again, you talk about tax-free. Now, we know it's not actually going to be tax-free. We know that's some mumbo-jumbo lingo bending right there. However, that's what they're trying to get away from with Chicago, right? Is like, holy cow, man, the taxes just eat everything up. Again, more hands in the pot, obviously. And in terms of what the letter said, I'm going to go rapid fire through just the AI breakdown here, right? It says expanded stadium search. Bears are broadening their new stadium search beyond Arlington Heights to include Northwest Indiana and the wider Chicagoland region. The expansion creates the possibility the team could leave Illinois entirely. The official announcement, obviously, Kevin Warren, some people probably call him Karen Warren. Kevin Warren outlined the shift in a letter to season ticket holders. So that letter we just showed you was actually sent out to season ticket holders. Reason for the shift, the Bears spent years trying to build in Cook County, especially Arlington Heights, but have faced barriers. The organization insists that the expanded search is, quote, isn't about leverage, end of quote, but about finding a path to deliver a world-class stadium. So they're trying to brush it off. Like, no, we just want to make sure the stadium's the best it can be, right? Commitment to Chicago. Warren emphasized the Bears have been in Chicago since 1921 and maintain a commitment to the city and the community. They still want a venue worthy of their fans and team. But Bears fans have been telling us how much better Soldier Field is than Lambeau Field, right? Now, anybody other than Bears fans will tell you it's an absolute dump and it's way out of date. When they refurbished it, they built this excitement. Everybody walked in and said, this looks like a damn spaceship. What did we do? We didn't honor any. That's what I love about the Packers and Lambeau Field. You go in there and it feels just classic. The green iron, right, and the red brick. And it's just like, this feels like the Green Bay Packers. They did not have that feeling going into the refurbished Soldier Field, obviously, right? So it says, funding and political issues. Bears have battled Illinois lawmakers over tax breaks and public funding, around $855 million needed for infrastructure at Arlington Heights. So what's that mean? They're asking the public to kick in, right? Failure to secure cooperation for state officials has complicated plans. Isn't it funny, too, that we get made fun of by franchises like Chicago and others, Dallas and some of these bigger franchises, because we don't have an owner. We're a poverty franchise. Boy, oh boy, that fake stock that you guys got, right? You tell you what the stock does, rather than force all of the money. And again, I know a portion still comes from the public with Lambeau Field. I don't know all the details there. I'm not going to dive too much into it on this particular podcast. But what did they do? They go to their fans and go, hey, we're going to do a stock drive. You want a cool piece of memorabilia? It's a traditional thing with Green Bay. We're the only publicly owned team. So you can see it. You probably can't see it because what I got up here on the screen right now. It's just off screen over here on this side right there, right on the right side of the tree. I've got all my Packers stock. You know what that is to me? That's a donation is what that is. That's all that is. I understand I don't get paid dividends. I understand I'm not actually an owner, right? That I can go make decisions. You know, you can go vote on stuff. You can whatever, go to the shareholder meetings. But that was the team saying, hey, we want to expand the stadium. Hey, we want to do this. Hey, we want to build Titletown. Hell yeah, here's some money. Give me a cool piece of memorabilia I'll throw in. That's the fans run it, as opposed to forcing more and more taxpayers to pay money with something they're not even interested in the city of Chicago, right? So again, just something to kind of keep in mind there. It goes on to say, Plan C, Indiana, moving home games to Indiana as described as a Plan C after other efforts failed. Indiana has passed legislation aimed at attracting pro sports teams, potentially making a target location. Historical context, the Bears have played Chicago for over a century, originally in Decatur before relocating in 1921. So the Bears are just as old as the Packers, obviously. The Packers actually predate the National Football League. I believe the Decatur Staleys, which went on to be the Chicago Bears, you guys correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, that was something that predated the National Football League that was officially founded in 1921 when they had to kind of reorganize everything, right? So, yeah. So again, man, it's going to be very interesting because Chicago Bears, they're supposed to be the pride and joy, right? The pride and joy of Chicago. Doesn't sound like it to me, man, right? Doesn't sound like it to me at all. It sounds like the city could give a rat's ass whether the Bears stay or not, right? So I just think it would be absolutely hilarious. It would go along with the Chicago Bears reputation, if you will, that not only do they continuously screw things up in the front office, they screw things up with quarterbacks. If Caleb Williams doesn't turn out to be the guy, how many have they missed on in a row now with high draft picks, right? I mean, you chose Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes. Think about that. You chose Justin Fields over other players, right? You chose Caleb Williams over your Jaden Daniels and just, list them out, right? Drake May, some of these. Drake May is arguably, there's a case to be made that he's the best quarterback in the league. I think he's top 5. Caleb is trying to break into that top 15 consistently, right? So, again, it's just wild to think about how the Bears have fallen to this point. So I want to hear you guys and your take in the comments. I've seen several in here, guys, in the live stream, and I wish I could read them because they were hilarious, but you know how that goes. We don't want to get canceled here too bad. But with all that being said, let us know if you're watching this video back later. Let us know in the comments, how do you feel about the Chicago Bears potentially leaving Indiana? As a Packers fan, I think it's absolutely hilarious that they've even screwed this up, right? And again, one excerpt said too that, no, the Bears are paying completely for the stadium, 100%. But we just need kick in for the infrastructure. What does that mean? Utilities and roads and this and that. Okay. So hold up a minute. So you're not paying for the whole thing. You're asking to pay. It sounds like a pretty good way to try to hide some money and push a little bit more money onto the public. But nonetheless, it's just, it's absolutely wild, the state that the Bears are in terms of trying to get a new stadium. But let us know in the comments, what do you think about the Chicago Bears stadium situation, and what would you think if they moved to Indiana? And you know what? If you're a Packer fan and you just think this whole thing's hilarious like me, hit us with some laughing emojis and a Go Pack Go. I'm sure glad that the people own the Green Bay Packers, and you don't have to worry about this finagling and this and that. You don't have to worry about the crazy tax situation in a huge city that there's so many people that's got their hands in the pot. And all the corruptness and all that. I just love the fact that the Green Bay Packers are where they're at and in the community that they're in with some of the best people on the face of the planet, even the surrounding areas, obviously. It's just, we are blessed, absolutely blessed to be Packer fans. Let us know in the comments what you think. Hit like, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon so you're notified when we go live in the future. Like tonight, I got some work to do, so got a few hours trying to get Chalk Talk ready for you guys and gals. We'll be going live at 6 p.m. Central for Chalk Talk, breaking down. I think we got 19 plays from the Denver Broncos game. There's a lot of good in there. There's some bad. we're going to come away going, okay, we're still doing that at an elite level. We're playing really good football, but also these are the things you need to clean up. This is what they did schematically to get by us, them being obviously the Denver Broncos in the second half. We'll break all of that down this evening, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. So make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon. We'll see you guys then. My name's Clayton. This is PTA. Go Pack Go.
There we go.
Bye, guys.